Hello, it's Paddy here again from creativemedia.org.uk, and you've guessed it, I've got some more creative ideas for you. Now I go through a lot of these cycle lights, these two I seem to have broken, LED ones. They just seem to keep breaking on my bike. The ones that don't break get stolen. And I think it's probably because I keep them on the bike all the time, and they get shaken around like nobody's business, and they also get rained on a great deal, because I live in Britain and we get quite a lot of rain here. So I kind of thought, I'll buy a new one, but it's just going to go the same way as these. So instead I thought I'm going to make one. And what I've made is the bottle light. I've used these LED strips before. You might have seen my helmet light video. If not, watch it. This is a strip of LEDs, and it works off a PP3 9V battery. So the idea of the bottle is to keep them dry and safe from being bashed and just ripped and stuff. Stop the wire getting ripped off them, because my helmet light is a little bit fragile. But this should be waterproof, and also I'm going to hang it from my bag or from anything I'm carrying rather than actually fitting it to the frame, so it won't be rattled around as much either. So this should solve a few problems. So what have I actually done? Well, I managed to get this strip and a battery pack from eBay for a fairly cheap price, and I've bought a special low self-discharge rechargeable PP3 battery which will last for a long time and won't go flat just sitting in the enclosure. The customization I've done is to add a new bit of wire so I can keep this bit with the switch nice and dry in my bag, and this bit can be out in the rain getting shaken around and rained on but staying dry, and that should make it fairly bomb-proof, really, rain-proof and rattle-proof. I've chopped off these wires, chopped off the wires at the end of this, soldered on a bit of scrap wire I found lying around, and just taped the ends of it to stop them getting ripped off too easily. And I've put a bit of cable tie around here to protect this a bit as well if it gets yanked in my bag. A good tip for putting the wire through the lid is to drill a small hole. If you're soldering, you can use the soldering iron to poke a hole through there. Melt a bit of glue stick with a candle, you don't need actually to have a glue gun, and fill that gap with melted glue stick. You might find some other material you could use just as well. And I found a little carabiner and some twist grip, so I can actually hook it to whatever I want, which is quite convenient. All this stuff I've found people throwing away, or things people didn't want, apart from the battery and the LED strip. And a little request: if you drink lots of bottles of fizzy pop, please just cut down a bit, because so many millions of these get thrown away every day. I can't make enough lights to use them all up, so just have a glass of water instead every now and then. Much better for you. Anyway, let's find out if this is really waterproof. I haven't actually tried this yet, so let's see. Okay, let's submerge the bottle. Not totally waterproof. A few bubbles are coming out, but good enough for any rainstorm you care to mention. And if you want to make it really super watertight, I'm sure a bit more effort with the glue stick on the seal on the lid will make it absolutely watertight. Happy cycling and happy recycling. I hope this idea gives you some ideas of your own.